I think talk about my great tweet on Kyler Murray. I think the tweet itself was fantastic. I had a nice paragraph break in there to make sure to call attention to the quote, which was nice. And then Kyler Murray responding to that tweet with the 100 was probably the highlight. I thought that was pretty good social media interaction right there.
Hey, way to go, Ian.
Hey, rap sheet.
Hey, thank you, by the way, for the breakdown of the actual tweet itself, because whenever you're at an elite level like yourself, we don't get to hear the brains, flow about how you get to such a high level of tweeting. So we appreciate the fact you had good spacing there, had the full quote, had good setup and punch at the end. And then guess what? We got a sequel when one of the characters in the actual story comes involved there. You fucking hit a home run here, man. You did.
Yeah, and I got to say, I'd like to take credit. Obviously, I'd really, really like to take credit. I got to give a shout out to my good friend Tom Pelissero. He is a big proponent of the paragraph break in tweets to call attention to what's being said in the second part of it. I thought this was just a textbook example of really zeroing in on kind of the guts of this tweet and making sure it stood out.
Oh, so you're coachable too. That's unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Always learning. Your best days are still ahead of you because you're always learning, Ian. Congratulations. Whenever you're talking to the Arizona Cardinals folks, what has happened? Did they have a conversation with Burkhardt and Kyler since the entire Instagram and letter thing? There's no new deal, right? But it seems like they are in a much better place because Kyler actually quote tweeted Patrick Peterson and Chase Edmonds on the All Things Covered podcast and said, I want to win a Super Bowl for the Cardinals. Arizona is home or whatever. So what has taken place? This is great news for everybody involved, it sounds like.
Yeah, by the way, I got an issue with what Patrick Peterson said, too. I think they've done some nice things to give him some weapons. I mean, made a bunch of trades last year, brought in J.J. Watt, brought in a center. It's got DeAndre Hopkins. He's got some – Kyler is in a perfectly fine place to succeed. They did well last year. Didn't go forward in the playoffs, but I think the foundation is fine. It has definitely gotten quieter, which I think is really, really good. In this situation when you have – agent Eric Burkhardt putting out missives, either, from himself or kind of working behind the scenes, or you have the team. It's not good. I think the best thing that has happened here is both sides have come to an agreement where it's like, he's going to be here. Okay. He's going to be here. So if everyone acknowledges that, then it's really just, let's get down to negotiate. We're going to have disagreements. It's a negotiation. But if everyone agrees on the baseline of he is the team's quarterback, then let's just stop talking and let's just try to do the deal at some point in the next couple of months.
When does that deal happen, and what does it look like? Does it rival Deshaun Watson's deal he got from the Browns?
I would say my best guess is they probably start talking, let's say May, so next month, and then a lot of times these quarterback deals get done right before training camp because players don't want to show up and play and risk injury during training camp. So let's say late July is probably a solid wheelhouse for when this may get done, maybe sooner, but when it may get done. The best question is the second one you asked, though, which is, does this rival Deshaun Watson? And every quarterback agent is going to try to get a fully guaranteed deal. The issue with that, just fundamentally, is that a team has to then put up all of the fully guaranteed money. So let's say it's 4-year deal for $45 million per year, so that's 4 years, $180 million fully guaranteed. Michael Bidwell has to then give a check to the league office of that much money, put it in escrow to make sure he has it. Owners do not want to do that. So it'll be an uphill battle to get a fully guaranteed deal.
So Haslam had to write a check for $230 million to put it in an escrow?
Yeah, I mean, I should minus what he already gave Deshaun. So he gave, there's the signing, so I think he gave it's that much money minus the $46 million for this year that he gave Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
I like that. That's a move to protect the players.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know when that was instituted.
I think it was instituted at a time when you weren't quite sure that everyone had now everybody has the money, everyone's rich. So it actually is a question of do you still need to do this? Because if you did away with this funding rule, I think there would be more fully guaranteed deals. Owners would be more open to it.
All right, well, let's get it out. Because everybody in the NFL right now has the ability to pay all those. And if they don't, by the way, publicly, they would be forced into somebody would have to pay them. I think.
How many are that liquid, though? How many owners are that liquid where they can write a $230 million check?
That's what I think he's saying. I think that's what he's saying, right?
I think as of right now, I think most, if not all.
No, but so if they all can do it, then why don't they just fucking put it in escrow then? I think what you're trying to say is that they don't actually, right?
No, it's just they don't they don't want to. I think what would change here is if they did away with the funding rule, then you wouldn't have to give over the money to the league office. It would be fully guaranteed, but the league and the player and everyone would trust like you have it, so you're going to pay it eventually.